Welcome to Seller Sessions. I am your host today, Sharon Even, and in today's podcast, I'm going to be speaking about competitor analysis. I'm going to break down how I conduct competitor analysis. If you are watching this if you're listening to this on the podcast, on the YouTube channel, I do have a spreadsheet, well, not a spreadsheet, a worksheet in front of me if you would like to see it. Otherwise, I'm going to do my best to explain everything that I'm looking at here. So why did I even choose to speak about this? For the last 3 years, I have been coaching and working one-on-one with sellers, and it's really opened my eyes up to what people tend to focus on when they're looking to sell online, or what people do focus on, what do people miss out, etc. And something that I've realized is that a lot of sellers or wannabe sellers or whatever you want to call it, really focus on keywords. They focus on, a market analysis, and they forget to do in-depth on and off Amazon competitor analysis. And part of building a brand is, there's many things that go into building a brand, but when you're developing products, it is extremely important to understand what already is on the market, what exists to your current buyers, what if we're specifically obviously speaking about Amazon, what does exist on Amazon, and what also exists off Amazon. And I also find I've found that over the last couple of years, the amount of people, especially overseas sellers that I've worked with, who miss out on, when they're looking into a specific product, who miss out on, for example, a competitor that they may be looking at, and they don't realize that it's a big brand because they're not, from that country that they sell in. For example, let's just say you may be Australian and you're selling in the American market, or interested in selling in the American market, and you're looking at, a specific camping product, and you don't know that the product that you keep looking at as you keep comparing yourself to, or whatever that you keep looking at, is actually a huge brand off Amazon, and they have their own stores, etc. This is something that may sound funny to some of the more experienced sellers, but the amount of times I've had this happen is like ridiculous. So what is competitor analysis? Competitor analysis is an in-depth examination of your competition, their products, their offers, their strengths, their weaknesses, their social media, everything there is to analyze and know about your competition. Once you know who your competitors are, you can then compare your brand, your product ideas, etc., to theirs, and build differentiation points of that, and much more. It can help you to come up with a social media strategy. It can help you to come up with a marketing strategy. It can help you to come up with a pricing strategy, and it's important to know that. So why is it important? Competitor analysis can help to reveal crucial information about market saturation, about opportunities, give us a clear understanding of what is currently available on the market to your target buyers, and what are industry best practices. And when I say what is currently available to your target buyers, that could be on and off Amazon. Maybe there is a specific competitor that offers specific types of products off Amazon that they do really well on, that they don't offer on Amazon, they don't have patents on, and you could make something very similar and offer that on Amazon. Once you know your competitors, you can then understand what buyers love and hate about their products. A thorough competitor analysis will help you to understand the competition's marketing strategies and where they stand on and off Amazon, and obviously contribute to defining your value proposition and your differentiation points. So what information should be included when we are conducting competitor analysis? So first of all, if we're looking at a very specific product, we want to understand what our competitors, what are our competitors' products features. So what features do if you're watching this on the channel, what features your competitors have that are important to the specific product that you're looking at, or are important to the specific buyers. It's important to understand the type of features that your competitors' products have. Maybe you are thinking of a differentiation point that your competitor has that you don't know about because you haven't really gone in depth into looking at their products or buying their products or whatever that may be. Something else that's important is knowing if they have patents. Are there any patents that they own? As well. That's something that is important and a lot of people miss out on. I don't know how, but it happens. Pricing. What are your competitors' price points like, and where do they fall in? Where do they fall on the quantity versus quality spectrum? Something that is important. Maybe you're looking to get into a specific niche, or you are in a specific niche, and most of your competitors are selling at a very specific price point. And there's room to sell at a much higher price point if you just do this one thing. Obviously, very product and niche dependent. Differentiation. What makes your competitors' products unique? And what do they advertise as their best qualities? What brands have no differentiation and simply sell copy and pasted products? We want to know the good things about our competitors' products. We want to know the bad things about our competitors' products. Marketing. What type of marketing does each important competitor have? The reason I say each important competitor, sometimes you may have hundreds of competitors. I'm not telling you to go into an in-depth analysis of every single one. I'm telling you to do an in-depth analysis of the important ones. The top 10, top 15, the top 3. Obviously depends on the product. So do they have social media presence? Do they have an in-store presence? Do they have websites? Do they post on Pinterest, on Reddit? Do they have Amazon PPC? Do they use Amazon PPC? Do they use Amazon posts? Okay, do they have a YouTube channel, etc.? What are their marketing strategies? This is something that is important to know and to understand. And the reason it is important to know and to understand that is because it could be that you're looking at a specific product niche to get into, and all you're doing is just focusing on Amazon, and you're only just focusing on keyword data, etc. And you don't know that the specific competitor that you're looking at actually has a huge off Amazon presence. For example, they have 50 plus K followers on Instagram, and they've got products that have gone viral on TikTok, and they have their own website. And actually many, more than, let's just say 50% of their sales could be coming from their actual brand name rather than from the keywords that represent what the product actually means on Amazon. And this is something that, you don't want to miss out on as well. Market share. What percentage of market share do your competitors have? That can also show you what is the potential of market share that you could potentially have as well, or not, obviously, as well. That's something that depends on the niche. On Amazon's presence. So how good are their images? How good is their copy? Do they have a lot of reviews? Do they have good reviews? What can you learn from them? Do they have bad reviews? What can you learn from them? Are they brand registered? And if they are they utilizing this? How good is their SEO? Where do they rank? Do they rank higher on keywords? And if so, what keywords? These are things that are important to know. I've had people say to me, hey, I'm looking into this niche. I've seen, this and this and this and this product are doing really, really well. And I go in and I have a look and I'm like, well, wait a minute. This product is, showing up third on the keyword toys for girls, right? Like that's their money generating keyword, and you're looking at a very, very niche product, and you're looking at this competitor's sales as a comparison to other sellers, when really this competitor, most of their sales don't even come from the keywords that you're going to go after. So these are things that are important to look into. Strengths. What are the products that you're looking at? What are the competitors' product strengths? What is their branding strength, which would also sort of go under marketing as well? Do they have, do they use very specific types of fonts? Do they have a very specific type of brand personality, etc.? Weaknesses. What are their product weaknesses? What are their branding weaknesses? Do they just have a shitty old logo and they haven't put any sort of thought inside into their branding, etc.? stuff to understand that can help you. You can learn both from your competitors' strengths and their weaknesses. Who are your competitors' buyer avatars? Who buys their products? You can learn this from looking at obviously their reviews, looking at their social media following, etc. When you know who your competitors' buyers are, it can help you to know who you can target to as well, or who you shouldn't target to, or who you can target to instead. So if you've come in and you want to start a beauty brand and all of the competitors are going after a very specific type of buyer that likes, I don't know, luxurious products, etc. But there's also room for very healthy looking branding and products. That could be, your differentiation point or whatever, I'm just thinking of things randomly right now. Branding. Do they have a brand strategy? What is their brand personality? Brand personality is a big one. I'm so passionate about brand personality. Is your brand personality, is it fun? Is it formal? Is it loving? Is it, I did a show with Sasha Gorelick on brand personality, the 12 different brand personalities, probably about a year ago. You can find it on the Seller Sessions podcast history as well. Customer reviews, read the customer reviews, look at the photos, the videos, you want to look at the customer reviews both on Amazon and off Amazon. A lot of your competitors may have reviews off Amazon. There could be people speaking about their products off Amazon. Make sure to be reading both. Brand catalog. What other products are your competitors offering within this market or outside of this market? What products do they plan to launch? You can know this by looking at their website, looking out for coming soon, or looking for coming soon on their social media, or on their website. They can talk about it in different places. Sales and ranking. What are the competitions or the competitors' estimated sales? Obviously, that'll be part of your market analysis as well. Are their sales review dependent? So is the product dependent on reviews? And if so, you can look at this by using Helium 10's charts. You can look at the history of their sales, and then you can look at the history of their reviews, and then you can see whether the product started selling better once they had much more reviews. If yes, why? Is the product review dependent, or is it more design dependent, or does it not matter how many reviews they have because they're a big brand? Okay, stuff that's important to know. Do they go out of stock often? Something that is also great to know. If they do, why is always good to know, etc. How well do they rank on Amazon? What keywords do they often target in PPC? What keywords do they show up on organically that are important keywords to the market? This is just very, very basic. I obviously could have gone a lot more in depth, but this is stuff that I've really realized that a lot of people miss out on. So just to summarize, product features, pricing, differentiation, marketing strategies on and off Amazon, market share, on Amazon presence, what are their strengths, their weaknesses, who are their buyer avatars, what is their branding strategy, what do their customer reviews look like, what is in their brand catalog, and their sales and ranking. After conducting the competitor analysis, use the information and best practices you've learned from it to improve your product and your branding ideas. Put your newfound knowledge into action to distinguish yourself from your competition and better serve your customers. Conduct competitive analysis routinely to stay up to date with market supply and demand, and to increase your competitive intelligence. One way that I do this to keep up with my competitors is I add a Google alert with their brand name. And that is how I keep up with what they're up to, basically. So I'm not going to do a tutorial on how to do that. I'll just explain. Honestly, just go to Google and type in Google alert, and then just follow the steps there. You can put in your competitors' brand names, and that way, anytime that anything to do with them comes up anywhere on the internet, you will get either daily or weekly, whatever it is that you're looking for, emails And that's how I can also keep on top of the PR that my competitors are doing. And I can know about their future products that they're working on. I do Google alerts for many things. I also do Google alerts for Amazon. So I know, if there's anything new coming out, and, supply chain and logistics and China and all sorts of things. But Google alerts for your competitors is something that's very smart to do. And I encourage everyone to do it. So I hope this has helped a little bit, some of you, to make sure that you're doing a proper competitor analysis. Remember that there's still obviously market analysis, which is more about the market as a whole and not just specifically breaking down, the important competitors. And then obviously keyword analysis is important, but competitor analysis is something that I find that very, very often many sellers miss out on. And that's why I wanted to contribute a podcast to it, to encourage you guys to make sure that you are looking out for the things that I mentioned here. Isabella will be back next Monday, and Danny will be back next Tuesday. And next Thursday, I will be in London for Branded by Women and the Seller Sessions Live Summits. I'm really excited because I haven't actually been at the overseas, conferences yet. I've spoken at so many conferences online and summits, but I've not actually physically attended. And not only am I attending this and presenting, but I'm also hosting. So I'm really, really excited for that. I will just pre-record next week's podcast so that you guys don't miss me like you did last week. Last week I was in Greece, and I was having real difficulty with uploading my podcast, which is why we missed out on last week. Anyway, guys, enjoy your competitor analysis. I will see you all next week. Have a great weekend, and I am looking forward to meeting everyone that will be coming to London. Bye, guys.